get to Sheriff Luna now. Sheriff, can you hear us?
Yes, Leslie. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. We've been monitoring the situation since about 4 o'clock now. We understand that you guys have been called for mutual aid with LAPD. What is your role now? What has been the sheriff's role tonight?
Earlier tonight, the LAPD requested assistance from the Sheriff's Department. We ended up sending well over 100 deputies. I think if you're monitoring the situation, you see our deputies out there, and not only out there, but doing a great job. So not only are we doing that, but I also put in a request for mutual aid for law enforcement agencies from the rest of LA County and other agencies from outside the county. So what you're going to be seeing in the next, shouldn't be too long from now, you're going to see a lot of law enforcement officers, deputy sheriffs coming in to assist our brothers and sisters at LAPD. We have additional CHP officers coming in as well. So I'm going to send this very strong message. Earlier today, there were some really good people out there protesting and demonstrating, and then you had people who were acting unlawfully, which meant they were attacking police officers, deputy sheriffs, and causing a lot of destruction. If you are out here and that's what you're doing, there's a high likelihood you are going to jail, because part of the resources that I'm sending into downtown are our sheriff's booking teams. And they are able to book many people at one time as the police officers and deputy sheriffs take them into custody. So a word of the wise, go home unless you want to end up at one of our county facilities tonight.
And Sheriff Luna, this is Gio here. Is the expectation there in that case that this is for a specific set of time, or just indefinitely until this situation resolves itself?
We are here until we bring calm back to downtown Los Angeles. We want to see people get out of the streets. We want to see, you see cars driving recklessly, fires being started. We don't want any of that, and we don't want any of our businesses downtown impacted. You need to get out, and this is a warning to everybody, or you're going to end up in jail.
Yeah, Sheriff, it's Mike Rogers here. I wanted to ask you.
Okay, we're going to work on getting Mike Rogers back up for us here. Sheriff, you know, yesterday we heard possibly your deputies may have been hurt from a Molotov cocktail. Can you give us a description? How are your deputies doing out there? And do you have a number of arrests they have made?
I do not have a number of arrests yet. We will have that for you maybe by tomorrow morning. Leslie, I really appreciate you asking about the well-being of our deputies. People forget that when police officers and deputy sheriffs go to work, they have families at home who are very concerned about them. They're praying that they come home safe, that they come home non-injured. And unfortunately, yesterday, during the unrest in both Paramount and Compton, we had deputies who were out there trying to keep the peace, trying to do their job, and they were violently attacked. People were throwing things at them, which included high-powered pyrotechnics. So I had a deputy who was hospitalized after they experienced significant burns from those pyrotechnics. And yes, we had another individual throw a Molotov cocktail. And I just got to say that is sickening. That has nothing to do with legitimate protesting or demonstrations. Those are criminal acts that have no business being done anywhere. Everybody should come out and say that is 100% unacceptable.
Hey, Sheriff, it's Mike here. I want to bring up a point when you talk about the injured deputies. There's video circulating, and I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I believe it was either in Paramount or Compton yesterday, where two of your deputies, either were tear gassed by federal law enforcement or some other chemical irritant got in their eye, and they went into a business. It looked like a restaurant, and a Latina business owner was helping them put milk on their eyes to kind of wash that out. This whole situation started with federal law enforcement coming into Los Angeles County and conducting those raids, which, you know, whatever your opinion on it is, it happened and it has caused what we're seeing now. Are you worried that when the federal law enforcement come in and do these types of things that it erodes some of the trust that your department has worked hard to build with the community?
That's an excellent question, Mike, and yes, absolutely. The LA County Sheriff's Department, and I could speak for almost every law enforcement agency here in Southern California, we've been working so hard to build bridges, build relationships. That's how you reduce crime. That's how you positively impact quality of life. And a lot of what we've seen in the last week is very concerning to me. And again, our federal partners, if they are out and they are trying to take into custody individuals that have committed violent or serious crime, there's a due process. Hey, get them off our streets. But as they're going out and, you know, we're taking cooks and gardeners and maids and hotel workers into custody, that's what's causing a lot of our challenges here. That is breaking public trust. And I'm really hoping, and I don't want to sound extremist on any side, because I think we have to be moderate to solve some of these very tough challenges that we have in front of us. But hey, I was born here in LA. I've been here my entire life. We know the culture here. Being an immigrant or having immigrant families, that's part of our rich culture. That's why people come visit this area. And you know, what you hear, this rhetoric about all these immigrants committing crime, our statistics don't bear that out. Yeah, we have people who commit crime. We don't care if they're immigrants or not. We have amazing deputies who will respond, investigate, take people into custody. But the majority of the people committing crimes here are not immigrants.
Yeah, and Sheriff Luna, we have heard, you know, some situations where the communication between federal law enforcement and specifically the LAPD has just not been cohesive, hasn't really been there, has been off. Have you had communication with federal officials, including Department of Homeland Security or ICE, as they say and we hear they're going to continue their enforcement for the next at least 30 days here in the Los Angeles area?
Yes, I've had recent conversations with them, and my goal is to work on better communication and coordination. And the individuals that I'm talking to, they agree with that. There are things we definitely disagree on, but there is something we do agree on, and that is I don't want any federal agent getting hurt or attacked violently, and I don't want any of my deputy sheriffs or any police officer being injured or hurt. And you know, I take it a step further. I do want to show humanity and empathy towards community members as well. So we'll continue to work on it. Jim McDonald's comments were not far off from the same way I feel, but Jim and I have a good relationship, and our goal is to have a good relationship with our federal partners. Historically, have worked very well together. We work on human trafficking. We work on drug interdiction. We work on gangs and violent crime. We have been very successful together historically.
And just to follow up, you have made it very clear that the Sheriff's Department, because of our local laws and our state laws, you guys do not work with ICE on these ICE detainments, ICE deportations. But do you suspect that maybe federal officials will now be giving you guys any sort of heads up when they're doing these immigration sweeps?
Leslie, you're 100% correct. The LA County Sheriff's Department does not go out and enforce civil immigration laws. We don't have the staffing nor the training nor the time to do that. We do at times get involved when, you know, they're going after a murder suspect or a child molester or something like that. But yeah, we definitely need to figure out a way to communicate better. I don't see a path where we will be notified specifically about specific locations. And honestly, that type of communication, if you really look at SB 54, is something that we're not supposed to be doing. So that's a good, healthy discussion that I think we have to all have to try and prevent a lot of what's happening in the last couple of days here in our Los Angeles.
LA County Sheriff Robert Luna. Sheriff Luna, thank you so much for giving us time tonight. I know it's late on a Sunday night, but we really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. You guys have a good evening.
Thank you,
Thank
Sheriff
you.
Luna.
You as well.